Hi everybody, it's Olive. I'm coming to you guys with this bob. Let me know what we think. It's a new look for me. I was going for something very 90s, but I am so excited because today I'm going to be letting you guys have it. I posted this picture on my Instagram. I said, submit your looks, and I'm gonna read you the house down. So anyone who submitted their looks, they knew what it was, they consented to getting read. I'm gonna try to not be too mean, but I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna let you guys have it. I'm gonna take no prisoners. I'm reading you guys boots, and I'm really excited. I'm not gonna be able to get through every single submission, so if I don't include yours, I am very appreciative of you submitting. If I didn't include it, it's because I didn't have anything funny to say, which probably means you look good, so it's more of a compliment if I don't include you. But everyone who submitted is gonna get $200! Just kidding. No one's getting any money for this. That was a joke. Don't hold me accountable for that. I wanna say two things before we get started. The first is that to get good at makeup, to get good at drag, requires practice. I got good at makeup and good at drag by doing it consistently, all the time, every day, always doing my makeup. That's how I got good at makeup. And if you are not good at makeup yet, that doesn't mean you're not gonna be good at makeup at one point. And being good at makeup is completely subjective. Some people would look at this makeup and say it's very bad. Some people might look at some makeup that walks down the red carpet and think it's really bad. Some people might look at makeup in a nightclub at 2 in the morning and think that looks amazing. So it's different for everyone. And because I'm gonna be talking about people's looks, there's of course gonna be some assholes in the comments that are like, how the hell are you gonna talk about somebody's looks when you look like that? And to that I say, these people knew what they were getting themselves into. If they didn't want me to talk about their looks, they didn't have to submit it. And take a look in the mirror before you comment about how I look. Because I look like this talking about people's looks. How do you look talking about people's looks? Right. Let's get started. All right, so we are starting off strong with this diva. Now, there's a lot to say here. Something across the board with these is the backgrounds. This is gonna be something we return to often, is the backgrounds. You know, it's not the worst we're gonna see, but it's definitely not the best we have seen. I don't know why you wouldn't just pick a white wall. The thing that's the most striking is obviously the lip. You know, that lip, I don't understand so much the corners being like these vertical lines. I really don't understand the nostrils being so, you know, wide. I don't understand the eyebrows. I don't understand the eye shape. I don't really get the desired effect of this one. I really just don't get what she was going for. You know what I mean? I just kind of don't understand like the vision. I don't see the vision. You know, me and her, we kind of have a similar hair going on. Who wore it better, that's up to you. She also submitted this picture. I definitely think this is an improvement, but I just don't really get these eyebrows. I just don't understand. Definitely an improvement from the one before, but definitely not great. Better background, definitely better base. Her skin looks a little more healthy and breathable or like touchable. No lashes, you know, that's a choice. I feel like if you can get a hot pink lace front, you can get some lashes. So I'm gonna give this one on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give her a 4. I'm gonna give her a 4. This one is really taking me out. This one's really, really testing me right now. I think her hair is my hair if I got electrocuted. This is what I don't understand about your guys' submissions, is the lack of commitment. If you're gonna go there, you're gonna paint your face hot pink, you're gonna do comic book, you know, lip highlight, we're gonna really go there. Why are you wearing this shirt? You know what I mean? You couldn't find a black turtleneck. You couldn't find some sort of geometric pattern shirt. The white eyeliner is really crazy. If I like kind of blur my eyes and I look at it from like afar, like the makeup isn't that bad, honestly. It's just when we zoom in, and I don't think you're buying your bullshit. I don't think you're picking up what you're putting down. So it doesn't really encourage me. This is what I want you girls to understand, is that you need to buy into your own bullshit. You need to be able to stand in front of a room of people and you need to be able to say, I'm the hottest thing in here. I don't think you believe that about yourself, and it's showing, and that's why you're going home tonight. We have this fabulous look. It's giving trashy mom, picking the kids up, smoking, iced coffee. I don't like a bearded queen. I don't like facial hair if it's not on some trade. I will say you added a little touch of flourish with that little curl. I will say that. I really don't understand this eyebrow. Your guys' eyebrows are really confusing for me this season. It looks like you attempted to cover your sideburns, but you weren't wearing a full coverage foundation. The brow cover, we're gonna see worse. We have seen worse. You have a lash on that's more than, you know, some of the other girls can say. I don't really get the shoes. I mean, you're outside. I don't know, like, can we get a heel? I don't know. Also, you guys, my eye is watering so bad. If you notice my makeup bleeding, every drag queen knows what this experience is. So this is really sending me. I just have to be honest. This is really throwing me for a loop. The like fire crotch, like ice princess squirt fantasy, the like peeing tinsel fantasy is really just confusing for me. I don't really know where that detail's coming into play for her storyline. I don't know if she's supposed to be Glinda. I don't know if she is supposed to be like a Britney Spears type, like a pop princess of some sort. This wig is really interesting, very interesting texture here. We have like a loose curl with like a side part bang, beachy wave thing. You know, if you're gonna do the tinsel coming out the skirt, maybe we could do like a whole tinsel piss fantasy. Can we get like a stream hitting the floor trailing behind you? Can we get tinsel coming out of the top of the dress? Can we get a tinsel hairpiece? Could we get a tinsel in the hair? Could we get sparkly bracelets? I would say the things that could up this look would definitely be a lip. Definitely a lip, some more jewelry, and just a different wig. Just a different wig. Just maybe a straight, long blonde wig, or maybe like a China bang. This wig just really isn't doing you any favors. This individual also submitted this Elphaba look. I would say this is a lot better. You seem to be a member of a college of some sort. You have a lot of friends in the backgrounds of your pictures. You also submitted this, which is Showstopping. Absolutely amazing. The breastplate is top tier. I really have no notes for this. This is giving cyber, like warrior princess. This is giving like cables in the hair, you know, very like zebra fantasy. I'm really into this makeup. I would say this was your best look this season. Now this is this has been sitting with me ever since I saw it. This has been really sitting with me. These are very confusing images, so we're just gonna read their description. Hi Olive, these are photos I took myself on my Nintendo 3DS when I was posing for a thumbnail for my video of me unboxing the new Charlie XCX shoes. I would say you never need to explain yourself. That would be my main piece of advice to you. I would have loved if you just sent these photos of you with your shoes and you just didn't explain it, because I could have gone on a whole exploration of why is she holding the shoes, and then I could have made up my own story for you. I will say the dress is it looks like it's the Live Through This album cover, which I love. Don't explain yourself. Be mysterious. Be avant-garde. Let me decide why you're holding shoes. This is just fabulous. This is Versace. This is texturally something I could really sink my teeth into. There's a lot of different textures here for me. You've got your shapes down. You know what I mean? You know what shapes you're doing. I don't know if they're necessarily working. Maybe a brow that could go up a little bit more might do you a little more favors. I would say this hair, you submitted pictures of you with a wig on and with an outfit on. And that's all fine and dandy, but you know, you sent me this picture of you in the dirty room with no wig on, so that's what we're looking at here. You seem to be like posing outside of some sort of convention center in like the dead of winter. I really do love that. I really love this bright red eyeshadow that goes into nose contour with the flashback Mary effect. You are giving me barista who doesn't want to go home before the gig, so you're gonna show up to the job in the full costume. This is a common theme we're also seeing is these corsets that aren't really doing anything. You need to heighten that corset up, you know what I mean? You need to really get that corset tight, honey. Very much barista, very much lavender latte, very much that. It looks like the lights came on at the warehouse rave and you just decided I'm gonna take a pic. Face is giving Alphaba does E-Girl does Wario. You have a contact, I appreciate that. This is my favorite submission. This one's my favorite. Let me tell you what I love about this. I love the lack of commitment here. Before we were talking about some of the girls who weren't going full balls to the walls. You've gone balls to the walls while prioritizing your comfort. Where is she going? There's a story. I have questions. My brain is filling in the blanks. You're not wearing a wig cap. The wig, where did you get this wig? How did this wig become this texture? What was the desired makeup effect? Who is she? What's her story? Why is she yellow? What are these eyebrows? Why does she have these bottom lashes? What is this eyeshadow? Where are you going? Where are you going? You know what I mean? Are you going to McDonald's? It looks like it's daytime. Very interesting. Just a lot of questions. You also submitted this picture. I'm loving the background. I'm loving the closed eye makeup. That's a rite of passage. Everyone has to do their like anime eyes with closed eyes makeup. You also submitted this picture of you in the yellow face look. The hair is just so greasy, so choppy. The makeup is just so colorful. Your those eyelashes are just insane. I really love this. I really love this. Where are you going? That's my main question here. And I like to have a question. When I'm looking at something like this, I want to have questions and I don't want answers. I want to have questions and I want to make my own answers, choose my own destiny. Opposed to yellow girl, you have a lack of commitment that I don't appreciate. So you're gonna do a full Jesus, Son of the Lord, biblical, BC fantasy, right? You're gonna install a lace front beard. You're gonna do a thorn crown. You're gonna go there. You're Jesus tonight. You are our Lord and Savior. And you're not gonna cut the lace on your wig. And you're not gonna put foundation on your forehead. And you're gonna pose in front of your vanity with your 4 Bath and Body Works candles. I appreciate the Jesus of it all. You know what I mean? I appreciate that you are being Jesus, but why did you not cut the lace? You know what I mean? Why did you not cut that lace? You know, I love the side part. I love the kind of like the cunt look in the eyes. I love the chest hair. The beard is laid very nicely. I just wish you cut that lace. I have to go back to the yellow girl, because we didn't include this picture where she has the closed eye makeup. There's just something about this one, this person, that just is just really sitting with me very nicely. There's just a level of unprofessionalism that I adore. And I just love that bath towel. I just love that messy apartment. I really do love this one. I don't have anything negative to say, because you're leaning in to the chop of it all. This is what I think younger queens, because I assume this is giving me like not too far into your drag career, you know, this is what I think the queens starting out, getting their fingers in the pies, need to do, is you need to go full crazy, messy, spooky, chopped, gutted, rotted, nasty drag. That's, I think, what you need to do, because you're not gonna be polished Naomi Campbell immediately. You're going to be gutter pig for a while, so lean in. Model yourself after this person. You know what I mean? Be that girl. You know what I mean? Go full, and then once you know what you like, then you can perfect it and tailor it to you. But when you are starting out, be crazy. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. I love that. I would so much rather see a baby queen. No disrespect to this person if they've been doing drag for a long time. I actually do love this aesthetic. But I would rather see a baby queen who is insane looking, with their eyes this big and their lips this big and their hair all crazy and their dress down to here, than a baby queen who's like doing CoverGirl makeup. You know what I mean? This is just, I just really resonate with this image. I really feel this. This is, you know, we're early at the gig. This is really something, you know, your tights match your face, but nothing else. Your outfit is giving me like stripper on a budget, but you're a Christian girl. You got that cross on. The makeup is not that bad. I've seen much worse. I love the brass knuckles hair clip. The tights and the face match, and I appreciate that. But just not the rest of your body. I would have shaved the belly. That's just me. But overall, I'm loving this. I wonder what number she's performing. I would guess that she's doing either like a Britney classic or she's doing like something really out there that like nobody in the audience would know. I could see this being a Lana number as well. I could see this being like an unreleased Lana number. Maybe I'm just projecting. When I was first doing these gigs, because I know this gig, I can feel the energy of this. I see the people, I see the flyer, like I see the venue. When I was doing these, I was doing like unreleased Lana Del Rey that nobody knew, so like maybe I'm just projecting. But I love that pony. I could see this being 7 rings as well. I could see this is 7 rings. Final answer. Those are the ones that really stuck out to me as me having something funny to say. If I didn't get to yours, I'm so sorry. I really appreciate it, and I did see it. I just didn't. The comedic gods did not bless me with a download for you, or you looked really sickening, so I had nothing bad to say. I think that we should go with a rose and a thorn. The best look, my top 2 to the week, would have to be Miss Yellow. She just really has just really influenced me in a way that's just like, I just have, there's just so much about her that just really, really sat with me in every positive, negative way possible. My thorn, I'm gonna have to go with Jesus. I really would have loved to see you cut that lace on that wig. I really would have loved to see it. I would have loved to see that. I don't know why you didn't. But you know, you're stocked up on your candles, so. At least the room smells good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video of me critiquing your looks. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you thought it was funny. In all sincerity, do not let this deter you from doing drag. If you are a queen out there that I read, or if you are scared of queens reading you, honestly, there's kind of this misconception that drag queens are like incredibly mean and nasty and are always gonna say nasty things about you. I don't really feel like that's the case. I feel like when drag queens read each other, they're mostly just making jokes and it's not really even about the other person looking bad or anything like that. It's just kind of these like jokes that exist that we are just like making to each other. And as an artist, you're gonna always evolve. You're gonna look back at your old looks and you're gonna be like, I can't believe I thought I looked good. I look insane. And it's always gonna be like that. You're constantly evolving. If you look back at photos from a year ago and you think, oh my God, I look so bad, that's a good thing. You're developing. And if you look back at a photo from a year ago and you think you look amazing, that's also a good thing because you're buying your own bullshit. And I think you need to buy your own bullshit. I think that you need to be unapologetic. You need to not explain yourself. You need to be who you are, be a bad bitch, call it like you see it, tell it like it is, and be that girl. So until next time, I'm Olive Ugly, and I hope you have a great day.